Good evening, everyone. It's my privilege tonight to present our legacy leaders, honoring the rich histories of both organizations that are now the new Family Focus. We truly do stand on the shoulders of so many that have served this organization for 173 years in Chicago. This is the first time, and honoring our legacy leaders will become an annual tradition, and we will have a special tribute wall in our Family Focus headquarters, encouraging others to serve for generations. Betsy McCormick was beloved to many, many people in this room, including me. She was a long-time and dedicated volunteer for groups serving Chicago, including the Infant Welfare Society, the Junior League of Chicago, the Lincoln Park Zoo, and she was director of the medical library at Children's Memorial Hospital. Betsy helped organize Family Focus way back in 1976, and it is now the nonprofit that we celebrate today in 2022. As a longtime friend, Judy Bross, noted, being a purposeful volunteer mattered a lot to Betsy. She fully understood that some of your closest friendships come from volunteering for a cause together, thus creating enduring relationships for a cause with similar commitments. I know that many of us in the room can understand that feeling of being a volunteer and the friendships that are forged. Nobody was more resourceful than Betsy. Her friends have said that about her, and that she was so generous in terms of her spirit and her compassion for others because of her own physical challenges that she lived with daily. Betsy faced a lifelong battle with disability stemming from an early age diagnosis of cerebral palsy. While mobility became an increasingly challenging situation for Betsy, she remained deeply committed to the organization she supported and the friends that she made. Betsy displayed resilience, a generous, loving heart, and a great sense of humor, which made Betsy even more special for the people that worked with her. I want to share a story that Betsy's husband, Steve, shared with me not too long ago. A fond memory that began when Lincoln Park was a much different neighborhood than it is today. Family Focus had one of its earliest centers at 2135 North Kenmore, and many of the junior leaguers in the room will remember volunteering there. At that time, Betsy volunteered with her young husband, Steve, who would tag along, and their little daughter, Katie. There, Betsy worked closely with a high school student from Cabrini Green. His name was Henry. Here's a picture of Henry with Katie. Betsy and Henry developed a deep bond. She even taught him to drive and took him in her old red Chevette to get his driver's license test, which he did successfully. After the test that day, Henry insisted that she should not let him drive him home to Cabrini Green, because at the time he was worried about her safety. His life and the lives of those who needed Family Focus made an indelible mark on Betsy and Steve, so much so that they moved into that neighborhood and they raised their daughter to not just treat everyone with respect, but especially to work actively to improve the lives of others, which they've more than done. Betsy believed in Henry and the many young people she met, and the responsibility that we all have to make the world a much better place. She carried the action-oriented, caring and committed, and sometimes feisty, it's said, mindset with her wherever Betsy went. We are so grateful to have Betsy's family with us today from Southern California and Chicago, and her twin sister Susie from Minnesota. Please welcome Katie McCormick Lelyveld as I give her the award for Betsy.
Just a very brief thank you to say my mom absolutely adored this organization, and when she passed away in November, she asked that any celebration of life be routed to family focus, and it's a really lovely evening to be part of with all of you. So thank you for being here this evening and for thinking of my mom for a few minutes.